This week, the Empire strikes back at Netflix. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to Media Academy Online's Entertainment News, the show that gives you all your weekly entertainment news weekly. And today's a special day. Happy Easter! Did the Easter Bunny come to you? Yeah? Yeah? This week I'm feeling optimistic, feeling excited. I think we've got some good news coming up. Well, let's get the bad news out of the way so that we can get all to the good stuff. Get all to the good. So we'll start off with bad news. Bad news number one. AMC, the largest US cinema chain, is struggling a bit. They got themselves into debt and they might have to go bankrupt.
I declare bankruptcy!
Yeah, it's not good. So effectively AMC has spent a lot of money in the past years, this being things like acquisitions, updating infrastructure, and their new A-list subscription service. All these things all created a lot of debt. If we look at the amount of debt they've got, which is around $4 or $5 billion.
$billion.
This means the amount of debt they've got is quite substantial. And it was around this time when they're actually going to start seeing profits from all the money they spent over the past years. And then just as they're about to start seeing profits, what happens? They go to the casino. No, that's not what happened. This virus came. So, not looking good. So this brings another question up, and I want to know what your thoughts are. What about the prospects of another company buying them out? This could be one of these big tech companies maybe, Google, Apple. And for these large companies that have way more than that in cash alone, this really wouldn't make much difference to them at the end of the day. And one thing that could be interesting would be all these new streaming services that are coming out from people like Amazon and Apple. Imagine what they could do with the cinemas, how they could maybe be able to incorporate their content somehow into these cinemas, do something a bit different. Maybe we should get some of these movies that go straight onto these streaming services, and maybe we could just have maybe $5 tickets where we could spend $5 and go see the films that we could normally watch at home, but we get to get that cinema experience. Now, no guarantees this might take off, but I think it might be an interesting thing to explore. Anyway, let's move on. We've got more to talk about. Now, let's not dwell on the negatives. Positives? Let's go on to positives. Positives? My voice broke a little bit there, but that's fine. Negative. Oh yeah, one last bit of bad news. I promised you this bad news, then we get to the positives. So we aren't all just negative Nelly.
I'm negative Nelly.
Domestic box office could potentially be down 40%. Personally, I think that all of the box office will be right down because we're all pretty much in the same boat. It's really not going to be a good year. This is a disaster of a year. Terrible, horrible year. Everything is stuffed. So stuffed like I don't know, something that gets stuffed. That was going somewhere, I promise you. I don't know, whatever. Let's continue. So, what does this mean for the economy? Yeah, it means we're all f***ed. But apart from that, hopefully it's very short-lived. We can all get back to our lives in the latter months of the year. Let's hope streaming services keep everything alive. Speaking of streaming services, let's move on to our next bit of news. Disney Plus has reached 50 million subscribers. That's right, so Disney Plus has now reached 50 million subscribers. And this is because they've opened up in some new countries and that subscriber count has been able to climb. Now this is interesting because Netflix, even though it has a huge head start and it has 167 million subscribers, but remember, Disney Plus is not even 6 months old yet. And Netflix has been around for a decade. So it's going to be interesting to see if Disney can catch up on them. Anyway, so it's good news if you're a fan of Disney. If you're not a fan of Disney, then it's bad news, and I'm sorry, I've got nothing good for today. Oh, before I finish, one last thing. I just released a video about Quibi. If you don't know what Quibi is, I'm not going to say anything. Stop this video right now and go and watch the Quibi one. And then actually come back and finish this one so that we don't wreck our statistics. I'd like them to look like everyone's watching to the end. Anyway, carried away again. Other than that, do me a solid, like, subscribe, ring that bell, be awesome. Oh, and make sure you eat lots of Easter eggs because Easter eggs, a new study has said Easter eggs are actually good for you. They help you lose weight. It's not true. Anyway, other than that, I'll see you later.